Welcome back everyone to more of our custom career mode and VR gameplay. We're ready to input our numbers from Thompson Speedway. Race number 3 of the season. So we'll change the drop down to race number 3. So it'll drop in our race cost. Now our finishing position was 14th, a very good race overall for us. So just a little bit more money than we got at Dover. Incident count, we did have a total of 4 incidents, which was actually more than I thought we had. That's how much I got into the racing and just forgot about the contact. So I'm going to double that for a total of 8, which is not all that much money right now, but as we move throughout the NASCAR ladder, it will become more and more. All right, so because we didn't qualify, 30th position there. Once again, we pick up that extra $28. We'll take every dollar we can get. So as of right now, we're sitting here with a profit of $3,700. Obviously, that's not going to go very far, but as we continue on through the season, there's a couple of things to be on the lookout for. Right now, all of our costs are based on a 35 race schedule. If we do indeed decide to stop this at 15, which is my plan, that's going to massively jump these numbers, better than double these numbers. So that means this profit goes away. So we need to focus on 2 things. Number 1 is, of course, that average finish that we continue to talk about. The higher, the better. Not only is it more money based on our finishing position, but it's more money in sponsorship as well. Last time we got this $1,111 sponsorship for 5 races based on an average finishing position of 24. If we can change that to something closer to 15 or 16, then we're going to get a lot more money out of that sponsorship. That's what we need. So that's part number 1. The second part of that are the special events, the premier events such as Bristol, Martinsville, and the fairgrounds. Those are the big 3. If we do very well there, that's even more money because the payouts at these 3 events are huge in comparison to our normal events. But of course, those events are tougher. They're longer events, so that's more traffic, more laps, more opportunity for contact and wrecks. But now, as we focus our attention on USA Speedway, a bit of a longer track here, I believe 3/4 of a mile, if memory serves me correct. Very long straightaways, pretty tight in the corners as we talked last time. But I think it's going to be a great opportunity for us to continue our momentum. It's a fun track, and I can't wait to get started. All right, here we go. 50 laps at USA International. A very fun track, but I can already tell you from the few laps of practice I did, the setup does not feel the same way it did at Thompson. At Thompson, we had all of the bite we needed off the corners. I could really get to the throttle aggressively. Here, I do not have that. I was almost surfing on corner exit. So we're going to have to be very careful with that over the course of today's race. So 50 laps at USA, this is going to be a lot of fun. It has a very different feel. That's another thing I'm finding with VR is that every track gives me a very different feel as soon as I pull out onto the track for the first time. Once again, let's take a look at the crowd, wave at the crowd. Appreciate everybody being here. Hopefully we're going to put on a great show for you. And I would love nothing more than for us to be inside that top 15 once again. But you can see plenty of room here in the corners, but of course nobody wants to use all of this. Everybody's going to be fighting for that same real estate. We just need to be the one to come out on top of that fight.
Getting ready here, getting ready.
All right, a very slow start.
8 cars leaving.
Very high on the track also.
Green flag,
Here
green
we go.
flag.
Let's get this thing started. Once again, I'm going to try to give these guys a little room and just sort of see what they do. Oh, way high.
Got one outside. Clear.
But I'm going to be very easy on that throttle.
Got one outside. You're on the bottom. 3
Oh, he
wide.
gave me the bottom.
Hold your line. Got one outside. Still there. Stay
All right,
low.
so we're only 2 wide.
Stay low.
And nobody's running the bottom on entry?
Clear.
Okay. So far, so good.
Got one outside.
Yeah, they're leaving the bottom wide open for me. I have run this track before, but it's been a while. Like, I'm talking like years. A while.
Stay low.
Oh, yeah, we just do not have the grip in the rear of the car. Ooh, easy there, Ford. I am tiptoeing off the corner under throttle. I mean, it is...
Outside. Stay low.
I'm at like 20% throttle until I can finally hammer it.
Outside. You're on the bottom, 3 wide. Hold your line.
All right, we need to make some passes here. These guys...
Hold your line.
I feel like, oh, look out, they're about to wreck.
Still there.
Up there. Now I'm going to wreck because all I'm doing is watching them.
Still there. Stay on the bottom.
A few love taps there.
Stay low.
I have to admit, I'm finding that I enjoy that a little bit more in VR. It's almost like it just makes you feel alive on the racetrack when you make that little bit of contact. Now, we don't want big contact.
Got one outside.
Just that little bit.
Still there.
Just ups the ante on the immersion
Clear.
a little bit more.
Got one outside. Still there. Keep to the bottom.
Oof, this thing is still. The reason I didn't make any changes is because the car is rotating nicely.
Hold your line.
And while I'm having to sort of baby it off the corner,
Clear to stop.
it is rotating nicely, and I'll take the rotation. And I'll just try to work with it on exit as best I can, and I'm hoping that'll come to me.
Stay low.
Well, looks like 52 missed the corner a little bit there.
Keep to the bottom.
But yeah, this is a very fun track. Corners are very tight. You don't have all that banking to really help you.
Outside. Still there.
Don't know what the banking is here. It's got plenty of banking, but not near enough for as tight as it feels through here.
Clear outside.
All right, see if this 52 is going to give us the entry here.
Got one outside.
We'll try to drop down in here and make the pass and be on our merry way.
Clear outside.
So our AI difficulty hasn't really changed, at least not very much. The top end is still 105. I have dropped the lower end down to 75 just to give it an even 30 on the skill spread, and I may go a little bit more than that over time. But I feel like 105 is a pretty good number right now.
Keep to the bottom. Keep to the bottom.
So we'll play around with that bottom end of the spread. But right now, like I said, 25 to 30 is good, and I feel like that 25 number could use a little bit more room to get to at least 30 and maybe more as we continue on. All right, so where are we? Oh, we're in the top 20. All right. Didn't realize we had passed that many cars. So at this point, I am sort of testing. Since I don't run very much practice at all, practice for me is essentially just to make sure that everything's working right in VR and to test out the setup to make sure it's not, you know, unstable or something that's going to cause us an issue. And then we fire it up and go racing.
Stay on the bottom.
So right now it's a little bit of a test, trying to see
Stay on the bottom.
how much I can let it roll through the corner without, because I'm trying to use as little brake as I can get by with and just sort of let this thing rotate. Because rotating is something it does do well. Yeah, the AI are using a very wide entry. which is nice. But I think I'm a bit too loose to drive it in like that. I need to drive it in a little bit straighter.
Outside. Clear. Got one outside.
Woo.
Clear outside.
Just touch and go every time on
Got
exit.
one outside.
Just hoping they give me enough room to catch this thing.
Stay low. Clear to the top.
Alright, there we go. Made the pass. Yep, let it rotate, or let it roll a little bit too much on corner entry there, and washed up the track like that. But overall, car's pretty good. Just a little bit on edge right now. But we'll see if over the course of 50 laps, if it comes to me a little bit more. Maybe we can get a little bit more bite off the corner. Because it would be much appreciated right now. That was a little bit better. It's one of the reasons why I really would like to diamond the corner if I can. Because I feel like it would allow me to be a little bit straighter on corner exit and maybe take away some of that looseness that we've got.
Got one outside. Stay low. Still there. Clear.
Alright, where are we? 17th. I will take it. This is the kind of runs we need. This is exactly the kind of momentum we need heading into the big event at Bristol. Oh! I'm being punished for saying that ahead of time, aren't I? That's what I'm doing. You guys are punishing me.
Outside. Keep low. Keep low.
Another just a little love tap in the middle of the corner. Just to remind me, hey, we're racing. Ooh, drove it in there that time. Alright, we made the pass. That's another position. And now we got 3 more. Y'all just keep fighting it out in front of us. Just keep duking it out side by side. I like it.
Okay, we're halfway to the finish.
Woo, halfway. It's still an adventure on corner exit. Well, look out there, 18. I saw him smoke up that right front a little bit on entry.
Clear. Got one outside.
It's not that quite that time of the race where it's smoke them if you got them. We're not quite there yet.
Keep low. Clear to the top.
Yeah, this car is rotating nicely.
Got one outside. Clear. Got one outside. Keep low. Stay low.
You guys just keep giving me the bottom. I'm just going to keep taking it.
Clear to the top.
Because the car is rotating nicely down here. Had to wait on the gas a little bit there. There was an awkward line I took through the corner that time. Once again, these mirrors are playing tricks on me.
To go straight.
Making me think that there's somebody right underneath me when there's actually not. Alright, I believe he just said 20 to go. And once again, we must have some cloud cover because it feels like it's gotten dark. We are, oh, we're 14th again, okay. All right, the corner exit has gotten a little bit better, but it changes based on how I drive the entry in the center. But it definitely has come to me. That's what I was hoping for, and it appears as though that's what I've gotten. Now, do we have enough? Like that right there, that was perfect. You can see the car take a set in the center of the corner. Front tires gripped, car rotated, and it was a beautiful thing. And I was able to get back to the gas. Still cannot get back to 100% throttle as quickly as I would like. But I'm certainly not going to complain about that because this car is working pretty well based on what I need it to do, and we're still running down cars, so I'm still going to be happy about that. Oh, we must have got out of the cloud cover because I see sunlight again. Just amazing the things you notice in VR. All right, two-car. It is definitely a tough pass on the bottom coming off these corners to try to maintain that speed and grip. But I'm going to need you to go on because I'm trying to make some passes here myself. We need somebody to figure this out.
Got one
right
inside.
Now.
Clear to the bottom.
Oh, so that's all they needed? They just needed me to go to the high side for a quick second? Well, I should have done that earlier then.
Clear outside. Got one outside. Stay low. Clear.
Woo! Yep, it still gets touch and go there when you have to really keep it to the bottom coming off the corner. You can hear me playing with that gas, just trying to get clear on exit is all I need. We need to set sail after this number one.
Gonna go straight.
Oh, hello. I thought I was going to have a little bit more grip there. I let it float in there with less brake, and that did not work. Alright, so he said 10 to go. Alright, once again, we got some guys fighting in front of us. Y'all just keep it up. I'll be there in just a second if y'all keep that up. Alright, what do we got? Oh, they're fighting side by side, but not all of them are on the lead lap. Well, that's unfortunate. Because we are 13th
That car
right
is a
now.
lap down.
Oh, 13. So close to that top 10.
Outside.
So close.
Clear.
And I want it.
Outside. Keep to the bottom. Clear outside.
You can see we gained a lot of ground
Got one outside.
on
Stay
corner
low.
exit there. All right, 28 car now.
Still there. Clear to the top. Outside.
All
Round the
right,
bottom,
28
green
car
light.
is
Got
a
one
lap
outside.
down. I'm
Still there.
almost positive.
Keep to the
I took a
bottom.
quick glance at the
Stay
standings,
on the
and I
bottom.
believe that's
That
right.
car is a lap down. 5 to go to the stripe.
All right,
Clear
5 to
outside.
go.
That car is a lap down.
All right, another lap down car. Well, this track is really taking a lot of rubber for a 50-lap race. I mean, it is covered.
Two to go. Got one outside.
All right, 2 to
Stay on the
go.
bottom.
I like passing cars. We just
Stay
need
on
them
the
to be
bottom.
for position.
Clear outside. White flag next time by a stripe.
But you can see everything has just gotten really spread out. And then I see just in front of us out there, about a straightaway, there is another group of cars, but it's gotten so spread out that we've gotten about all we can get in this race. We're on the white flag lap. Had to glance up just to make sure. And that'll do it. Checkered flag.
That's the checkered flag. Bring it on home and let's get out of here.
Once again, he's just not happy unless we're in the top 10. But I am. I am very happy. We are 12th, and that was a great run. That is something I am definitely proud of. We came from the back to the front. Oh, looks like Stephen Nassy got the victory there. Very nice. Well done on his part. But 12th place and no real serious contact. Once again, we'll see how it turns out next time. But thank you guys so much for joining me. Hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. And stick around for more VR gameplay.